enter into this marriage with somebody you're still second guessing. Before you know it, you're talking about divorce already.
Nobody ever wants to be a second option. Nobody deserves that.
So abusers are very sweet, you know.
Extremely.
They can expose you to level
of love where
no other person can match. Hello guys, welcome back again to yet another episode. We hope you guys have been good. We hope you've been enjoying all our content. Today we are bringing you another interesting story. So Duma have a story she wants to. I don't know about this story yet, so I'm so curious to know what it is as well. So she's going to be feeding us with another story.
Okay, so this is a man. He narrates why he called off his wedding. Okay. And I just want to know your thoughts.
Okay.
Right? Am I the asshole for ending my engagement over a comment my wife to be made on Instagram? Joy and I were engaged to get married in April this year. She was the absolute love of my life, and just after 2 years of dating, I proposed. Okay. She had been dating someone before me, but he was abusive and used to treat her like shit. I told her I wasn't going to treat her like he did, and she agreed to give me a chance. My parents offered to see to the cost of our wedding and asked us not to spare any cost to get our dream wedding. I didn't really want a big wedding, but after seeing how excited my mom and Joy looked each time they talked about it or make plans for the wedding, it warmed my heart. I allowed them to do what they wanted. One day I was scrolling through my Instagram feed. The post was asking people if they were happy with the partners they chose, or if they would switch their partners for someone else if they could. Okay. There was a comment there from 6 months ago from a fake account. The person talked about how she was dating a guy before, but he was abusive and didn't treat her well. The person said she was seeing someone else now, but she still can't get her ex out of her mind. Okay. She loves this new guy, but she finds herself wondering one too many times what could have been if she had tried fixing things with her ex and getting him the help he needed to change. She said she loved her current man, but she could never love him like the ex. She knew he was going to propose soon, since she overheard him and his brother talking about it, and the prospect of marrying him was both exciting and scary at the same time. The comment was too specific and the time frame fits too well. 6 months ago, I had talked with my brother about proposing to Joy. I knew that confronting her was kind of pointless since she could easily deny it, so I waited for the next time she came to sleep over at my house and checked her phone while she was asleep. Sure enough, the account was logged in on her phone like I had expected. I checked her comment history and found the comment. I took screen recordings of the comments she made screenshots of the account on her phone, and recorded the process from my phone to show that the screen recording was from her phone. Then I went back to sleep. The next day, I waited for her to get home before sending everything to her. She tried calling me severally and I kept ending the call and asked my gate man not to let her into the house. She kept asking for a chance to explain herself, and when I refused, she came to my house and kept crying at my gate. I finally let her in and asked her to explain. She cried and said that at the time she made the comment, she was stupid, but her mind was changed ever since then, especially when she heard about how her ex beat and broke his current girlfriend's leg. I laughed and asked her if her mind would have changed if he had not done that. She promised that she no longer felt that way. She said she loved me and had no issues with getting married to me. I asked her to leave as I didn't want to get married to her anymore. I won't lie, I still love this girl, but I do not want to end up being my wife's second option. What if she isn't over him? I told my family about our split up and they asked why. I sat down and explained everything to them, and they comforted me and said they understand how I would feel. My parents and siblings, except my elder sister, are asking me to forgive her, and I'm beginning to feel like I should, but I don't know. Should I forgive her?
This story is very strong.
Oh, it's so strong.
Well, first of all, this girl, I feel like she's so emotionally broken without even knowing it, because how would she know that her ex was abusing her, and she's even like fathoming the idea of going back to him?
So the thing is, for someone to,
and she also knows that the ex broke his current girlfriend.
No, she just discovered after. She discovered that the guy broke the current girlfriend's leg.
But you know what they say, that think that abuse ties people to their abuser. There's a way it emotionally
it's like Stockholm syndrome.
Exactly.
Where, like, you still remain with your abuser. You even give them excuses
You've
as to
gotten
why.
used to that abuse and you start like thinking that it was your fault. You know, maybe like if you did this in this way, it wouldn't have happened. And she's talking about fixing, like helping the guy get some help.
You don't say we are Bob the builders and we are Bob the fixers.
You can never fix a man. This is not even just about a man. You can never fix a person. You know,
they have to.
People will do what they want to do. If somebody willingly acknowledge that they have this issue and they want to work on it, it's even a different problem. Even then, you should be skeptical. You know, people will change for themselves, not for you. So if you have to start being the one to tell somebody, oh, like you start wanting to like fix somebody, you can never fix a person who already have their mindset. And let me go back to the situation. I feel so sorry for what is happening. You know, what the girl did is so wrong. Like, this is something she should have discussed with him, conversation with. But how do you even start the conversation? How do you even start the conversation of, oh, I'm not sure if I'm in love with you, I'm still mentally stuck with my ex, you know. I like what the guy did. He did what he had to do, you know. But at the same time, I see hope for them. I see hope of resolving this issue, because a lot of times, to be honest, people are not always 100% sure of what they want. Sometimes you have to make somebody want something, you know. I feel like a lot of people marry people who they are not in love with. And love is not the most important thing in marriage anyways, you know. So like, if you enter everybody's mind, what you will see is so shocking, you know. So a lot of times people can marry somebody not because they're in love with them, but because, oh, he's a kind person, he treats me well, or like for so many other reasons, you know. When you read this story about yourself, you can never be okay with it, you know. But that's the reality of what
you always second guess, because now for every small thing you'll be like, how does she love me? Does she?
They're going to have to work on it. Like, they're going to do very deep work on their relationship for them to be able to survive. But I also even feel like this is an opportunity, because there are so many things that people don't talk about. There are so many things that people should be talking about that they don't talk about, you know. But this one is now out and they have to talk about it. However they resolve it, I feel like if the relationship ends, the girl should not feel sorry because you shared the post anyways, and now he knows how you feel about him, and it will be very hard to convince him that, you know, you are just in a certain state of mind. So what do you think?
I feel like there are lots of dissecting that has to happen here, because let's start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe truly the girl probably maybe wasn't really over the ex, like she still loved the guy, but because of the abuse she had to leave. There's some people that you love so much, but situations, just like now, let's say for example, people that are AS and SS, and they find themselves crazily in love with one another, but because of situation, no, it's very different. That's what I'm trying to tell you, that probably maybe she loves the guy more, you know. And the thing is, like, these people that abuse people, they can love.
That's what I wanted to say. They are so sweet.
They can love
because the strategy.
Yes, now, yes. Like, they will finish you with love, and
you think that they will expose you to a level of love that's hard to match by another person.
Thank you.
So by the time you enter another relationship, you are still holding on to the standard.
Thank you.
And thinking, but that was not sustainable. It couldn't have been sustained.
Exactly. Do you get? So that's one thing. So probably she now ended. I'm not giving excuses for her. Like, please, I'm just trying to dissect before you come for me. So now, because of the abuse, she had to leave, and then she now found someone. Like you said, there are some people that stay relationship not being in love.
Yes.
With the people,
but they grow.
Most of our parents, I'm 100% sure, like if you even do the analysis, maybe 60% of our parents didn't get married because they were crazily in love. Envying
our parents marriage.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to even in this 21st century, there are a lot of people that got married for convenience.
Yes.
A lot of people that got married because of how their partners care, like you said, care about them.
But because they're not saying all these things.
Because they're not saying it exactly. Because they're not saying it out loud.
Yeah.
Do you get? There are a lot of people that are married because, okay, with time I will fall in love with this person, and they ended up falling in love with the person with time because of the way the person has treated them. This person is coming from abuse, so there is still a lot of healing that has to go through. Do you get? So, but now, if the tables were turned, and let's say I'm not trying to wear the man's shoes, I see my partner commenting such, it will shatter me.
It will shatter me.
Do you get? Because like I'm not going to be a second option. And he asked her the right question. That girl probably would have gone back if she didn't hear that the guy broke the current girlfriend's legs. She would have not
understood that it could have been her.
It could have been her. Do you get? So now that was why he asked the right question. Like, don't you think that you would have probably gone back to him if you didn't hear that he broke this girl's legs?
Yeah.
So there's probably a high chance that she would have been married to him and be cheating on him with the ex.
Yes.
Do you get?
Highly. But I also feel like, these kind of situations are so like valuable, because I feel like if they can go past this, they might be stronger than before.
Yeah.
And my reason is because even the people, like, there are so many people who are supposedly in love, but the things in their mind cannot be spoken.
Yeah.
And you don't know what is in their mind there, but this one you already know.
Yeah, you know exactly
what is in her mind. So if they can grow past, if they can have a conversation, if she hasn't given him any other reason to distrust her, maybe there's still like hope for them to talk and apologize, and because this is really the reality of things that goes through people's mind.
True. So now his question is, should he forgive her? What's your...
Not yet. Not yet.
Explain why.
Yes, I feel like don't forgive easily, because if you forgive easily, it's bound to be taken for granted. It's bound to happen again.
Okay.
So just make sure that you are certain, like ask questions, like you guys should go through the phase, like learn to trust her again. Make sure you trust her again before you forgive her. You guys move on. If the wedding date is fixed already, it's okay to postpone it.
Yeah.
Don't jump into something you're not very sure of. Like, make sure you get to the point where you have tackled all these issues, all these questions are answered before you move forward.
I like that.
So that your marriage will last. Because if you enter into this marriage with somebody you're still second guessing, before you know it, you're talking about divorce already.
Yeah, and not just that, I also feel like he will keep throwing it in her face.
Yes.
And then any small thing that she does that doesn't even require over-analyzing, he probably might start over-analyzing it because he has not gone past that hurt and the distrust. So I totally agree with you when you said don't forgive immediately. Walk through it and see if you still because he said that he still really loves her. So my answer would be yes, forgive her, but like she said, make sure that you guys go through therapy. Like you have to do the work to be sure that despite this, because the truth is, even in your marriage, you're going to face a lot of turbulence and a lot of issues that will require that you guys hold each other's hands and walk through it together. So it's even a good thing that now, like she said, hopefully maybe this is the worst of it all, where she, and I'm sure that she must have learned her lesson, where the ex broke the girlfriend's legs. Like, she's not crazy to have to go back knowing what has happened to another babe. So I feel like probably maybe the worst of it all has happened and she has learned her lesson. But
I strongly suggest that they, like you mentioned, they should go through therapy. But aside the couple therapy, which doesn't have to be formal. It doesn't have to be very formal. But I feel like the girl has more work to do on her mindset. The mere fact that she's thinking about
going to an abuser.
Going back to her abuser and thinking of fixing him. It means that she's taking responsibility for everything that went wrong, and she's thinking it's her fault. So she needs to get to that point where she understands that she was being used, she was being psyched, and learn how to love herself again. Because I feel like because her mind is still set on the ex, she was not opening herself enough
for
be loved by this new guy.
See, that's why she's my friend.
So maybe she should go through that therapy and figure out what she really wants, before she proceed with the marriage.
I also agree with her. I feel so bad for the guy because nobody, that thing where he said being a second option, nobody ever wants to be a second option. Nobody deserves that. So the elder sister not agreeing with him, I totally understand her, because I'm so sure that that's my baby brother. Like, I would want to protect him. You get? So the mom and the brothers also telling him to forgive. I also hear them, because probably they know the girl and she's probably a very good person. For him to want to marry her, there are a lot of other good qualities that he has seen that wants to make him wife her. So like, both the elder sister is right, this mom and the siblings, they are right. It's just like she said, try to,
you just have to work on
you have to work on
and this thing we said already, abusers are very sweet, you know,
extremely.
They can expose you to level
of love where
no other person can match.
Have you watched Temptation?
And by the time they now expose you there and leave you hanging, you now think that, oh, that's the level that every other person is supposed to attain. Maybe like when somebody who is now treating you genuinely, you will feel like they don't even love you.
They don't love you. Like, what's this?
You've been exposed to some unrealistic, imaginary type of love. So.
Because I say, when these people are apologizing here, Choma, you think that they cannot keep.
You think they will not do it again, but they will do it again.
Like, they will do it again and tell you that it was not a joke. Yes, I did it to you. Abusers are very crazy. So if you're one of those abusers, it's God that will punish you. And then if you're under someone that abuses you, it's not healthy, it's not love. Trust me. You might think, oh, this person is correcting me, this person
might think it's your fault.
It's not your fault, and it's not love.
Somebody who cares about you, even those times you thought it was your fault, they would have a conversation with you about it and try to correct you.
I agree.
But when people try to gaslight you, like, oh, you're always doing this, you're not patient, you're this one, like, do you understand? I'm trying to teach you, you're too stubborn or whatever. They're only trying to gaslight you. They know exactly what the influence they want to have over you. So don't think it's your fault. It's not your fault. They're being very manipulative and intentional.
I say, because I've seen one girl that said, oh, my boyfriend beats me because he loves me, he wants to correct me.
Corrector.
Let's have sense, so please. In this day and age, anybody that beats you because they are trying to,
and these people, they study your behavior.
They know.
They know your.
They know that you. They know exactly.
So they, before they tell you any word, they know already how you're going to react. They know that you're going to say, "Oh, I'm sorry." You know, they might be like, "I've told you not to be doing this." They will not, and the way they always turn the table, even when they're at fault, they will turn it always to you. So you keep feeling like, why am I always wrong? You know, and you keep apologizing and keep like misbehaving. Even when you become too conscious, even when you try all you can to not annoy them, they will still get annoyed because they are enjoying it. It's their way of having power over you. So don't think it's your fault. It's not your fault.
I hope you guys, I don't know. So I know that also living an abusive relationship is extremely difficult. So I even rep her for leaving, because a lot of people find it very difficult to leave an abusive relationship. So if you're in one, I'm praying for you, I'm rooting for you, and I pray you have the strength and the courage to choose yourself. Always choose yourself. Choose yourself. You deserve better. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular episode. Let's know what you think. Do you think he should forgive her or he should move on?
Please do drop your comments in the comment section, and also share with your friends so that they listen to this story as well. We are going to be reading all your comments. We are going to be responding to them as well. If you also have this kind of stories or other stories that you want us to share our opinions on, please do drop the link on. We are going to link our Instagram, so you can send us a message on Instagram, and we'll be excited to have your messages. Until we see you again next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.